Time for divine shot, KJ events. This real talk's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Knicks shit, dripping in Knicks shit. Up in the world most famous arena with a click. That's a conglomerate. The Knicks real talk is real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variants, I'm dominant. Paying homage to the cats in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that. You don't care for hyperbole, we straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, the side. The entourage, be on the job, my energy. Feeling tripping in tempo as they cook my game plan. That my brand for loot and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that's the things we ain't always pretty, but we all stay giddy. But we embrace the fan base like the links, Anthony Mace. We trace the logo when there's space that appear like Squarespace. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Knicks City drip. There's any Jacksons on the court, looking pretty legit. I say true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew for him a few bars to shine like Star Divine to Mount Mars. Knicks real talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks real talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks real talk.
right here.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks real talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Knicks real talk.
We here.
Here we go, let's go.
Knicks real talk. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Let's get it. Yeah, what's good, everybody? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's going on? Knicks Real Talk, episode 19. We in the building, Divine Shot Powers. We about to get into it, man. Talk a little about the Knicks tonight. Then we gonna talk about the FIBA thing a little bit. Not a long show tonight, man. We gonna get in here with y'all, man, to get it popping. But let me bring my partner to the building with me first. Shot Powers, what's going on, my man?
Salute to you, Divine. Salute to the chat. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Shot Legacy in the building. Johnny Davis, what's good, my man? Salute to you as well. Listen, man. Quiet, about to come up on the season. Shot Powers training camp about to start pretty soon. Season to be here pretty soon. So, we going through the little bit of things, man, with the FIBA thing. We're gonna try to get that out the way. Might got a clash of the borders out, like I said.
I hope so.
Yeah, RJ against Josh Hart and my man, Jalen Brunson. But they got to get past their opponents first. So that's gonna be a Friday morning for RJ. Now 4:45 in the morning over here. And for the United States, gonna be I think it's 8:45, something of that nature. So y'all, if y'all up that early, you get to see him against Canada, take on them guys, and hopefully the Americans can do what they do with the USA team. If we their opponents, then you got that thing, man. That's one of the topics we're gonna get into tonight, man. Is if them two teams win, it's on and popping, and I think that should be fun, man. But other than that, how you doing, my man? What's going on with you? What's good?
Same old Divine. You know what I mean? That's slow motion with it, man. Yeah, that FIBA thing is going down, man. RJ looking okay and stuff like that. The US is that's coming down. Pretty much beating up on teams and stuff like that. They took a loss. I'm surprised they took a loss, but that team was from the clips that I watched, they was just shooting the lights out, man. I think they shot like 68%. The team that Jokibitis is on and stuff.
Yeah, real talk.
Aside from that, man, just waiting for some Knicks talk and waiting for you, Divine, and let's get it.
Yeah, real talk, man. Yeah, same here, man. Had a good day today. Just was chilling, man. We put some work in like we always do. But now we ain't here with y'all guys. Like I said, Shoot the Shot Legacy and Johnny Davis. I appreciate y'all coming in early. But yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to it, man, because RJ been killing in the FIBA, especially the past game. Really took that thing over in the third quarter. Then obviously we had to bounce back against Italy. We destroyed them after Lithuania. But Lithuania got a pretty good team. And I only got Jokibitis. They got my man Valanciunas there.
Yeah, Valanciunas, yeah.
There, the old Nick what called Minkus, that cat. They fought. They played hard. I think they caught us sleeping, man. They played with a lot of grit on us that day, man. I think they caught us at the right time, man. We were slipping a little bit. But they rebounded against Italy and bust their bubble. So I think hopefully them and Canada can win that game. That's why I got it's gonna be at at the borders, man. Possible clash at the borders, just like I said. These cats are gonna be getting it popping, man. They're on the collision course, and it'll be good. It'll be good. I think it's gonna be fun. That's what most really I want to see in Shot Power. I think it's gonna be fun. Okay, I see y'all. Then RJ's Barrett or them say after we beat y'all, we see you in another couple of weeks. The way we in training camp. So they just tune up the training camp, and it should be fun, man. I'm hopefully USA come out victorious and win this thing, win that FIBA Cup. That'd be a good look. But RJ looked pretty good the other day. Shot Powers, he was. Oh my goodness, man. He was doing something we talked about in the last episode. Like, don't worry about shooting a lot of three to get to the rack. Just keep going to the rack more. Take the streets when they open, but just he was going to the rack, fast breaking, nice layups, good dumps. He was in there, man. So I was happy to see that. And then obviously Jalen Brunson had a good game the other day for USA. So these guys ready to get it popping, man. I'm glad to see these Knicks putting in work because we got a lot of guys who not in the FIBA games out there still putting in work. Like we said, Emmanuel quickly with Mahmoud, Rauf. We did down here with Mahmoud. Then we got Quentin Grinder putting in work hard. So I mean, these cats got me yancy, man, for the season. But I hope these two meet though. I hope it's USA and Canada. That should be pretty interesting, man. See how these cats going to perform in there, man. And I think RJ, if he can bring what he bringing in the FIBA to the regular season, Knicks going to be pretty good. I know they're going to be good already. But if he come out there and play the way he playing and with that same type of aggressiveness to the rim, attack mode, beast mode, if we bring that to the regular season in the NBA, I think the Knicks going to be a pretty good team this year.
Yeah, that's all we waiting for, man. A little consistency from RJ Barrett. If he could just string some games together, averaging about 22 to 24 points, field goal percentage looking nice, something similar to what he's doing right now. Now, if he could do that, 7-8 games and then have a layoff of 2 games and then doing another 6 or 7 games and maybe a game off and then another 8 games or something like that. That's what we're looking for. So, let's hope that he can start doing that. That would change the whole way this team, is the perspective of the whole team. If RJ really steps his game up this year, we talked about this last episode. 25 points from Randall, 24 point something from Brunson, and if RJ could get another 20-something points, 23, 24 points a game. Look at that, almost 75 points from your 3 big guys in your starting unit. That's major, man. That's 75 points. That's not talking about nobody else on the crew, just those 3 guys. That's something that you got, I hope that they're striving for this year. I hope RJ gets a good head on his shoulder and he starts to drive the ball more. Less 3-pointers, more drives to the basket.
Yeah, absolutely. You're 100% right. And I think that he's going to be able to achieve that. And it's our power, to be honest, I'll be comfortable with, man. I'm going to tell you what will be a good year for me for RJ. 21, 7 rebounds from the 3 spot, and maybe 3 assists. But with the efficiency that he's been so
right.
Good, that's the main thing. If he be efficient and he bring the way he playing in the FIBA games, the same way he playing in the FIBA games, I hope it translates to the NBA. If he play the way he playing, he's gonna be fine because he is really, really showing a lot of aspects of his game in the FIBA game. That's what I like about him. He showed his versatility, and he seems like he's running his bag more this summer to create more ways to score the ball and more moves and all that good stuff. So I think he's playing well there, man. I like that he's not taking a ton of threes, but when he open, he letting them fly, he knocking them down. I think that's so impressive to me because that's been his Achilles heel since he's been here. But prior to that year, I think that was the second year when he shot 39% or something like that from downtown. But if he can get back to around 36, 37, you give me 37, this game over. Because think about it, not only he would be shooting 37% for 3, but your pet peeve if RJ shoot 80%, if RJ just shoot from the charity stripe, think about this. This is real talk. If he shoot 80% from the charity stripe, much as he go there, he easy 25 a game. Because that's how much he go there. You know what I mean? So if you implement that with a 37% from downtown and with an efficiency rating, it'd be nice. Oh, my man, Nick, one day, 2 days, RJ give us 24, 45, 35, and 85. We out. Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Knicks won today. Yo, I'm not no joke. In my mind, I said RJ doesn't even have to shoot 36, 37%. If he can shoot 35% at about a 45 clip for the field goal percentage and 85% at the line, he easily 24, 25 a game. You don't even have to shoot because I don't even want RJ to shoot that many 3-pointers this year. And I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I don't have my book with me, but I think RJ was getting to the line like 5-6 times a game last season. Almost six points from the free throw line. And I might be off. It might be a little higher than 7 or 9, but I don't think it made not 9, maybe 7. but I think it was in between 5 and 7 where he was getting to the line a game. And I mean, that's big numbers right there, man. 2 3-pointers and a couple of drives to the basket. You right at 22 points, 23 points easy.
Yeah, man, that them numbers right there. See, you know what? And what I feel good about it, he know he can do it. We just seen him do it before. You know what I mean? But I tell you, man, if RJ give you the numbers Nick won today, man, I'm gonna tell you, bro. That's gonna be a 3-headed monster down in New York. I think Julius Randle come back and will definitely give you them numbers. I think Julius Randle, his 3-point percentage is I think Julius Randle's 3-point percentage number to be up this year. He's been in the lab working. So I'm hoping he'll be ready for training camp. But if RJ can do the Star J thing this year, shot power, and bring that same tenacity and intensity from the FIBA game, up them rebounds and maybe 7 rebounds a game, and about 3 or 4 assists, then man, listen, that ain't they ain't nothing mid about them 3 cats. It ain't nothing mid about them dudes dropping almost 3 of them dropping 24, 25 a game. And he can do that. I mean, he literally can do it. That's what it's not like it's hyperbole, like we hoping that he can do it, or we think he can do it. We kind of really know he can do it. You know, I mean, it's just about the efficiency. Like you guys said, if he put the efficiency to his game, then I think that takes off to another level. So let's hope that, you know, what he bringing from FIBA it translates to the NBA, because I do believe him and Jalen Brunson will get down Sunday to Friday. I mean, not Friday, but if they win their game Friday, then they go into this thing, Canada against the USA, they're stepping over the border, get down. That's gonna be fun, man. I really think that's gonna be real big time for USA and the Canada, and especially RJ, knowing that he done made the Olympics in 2024, he gonna be there representing. So I'm just ready for this kid, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to look up the stats now. Only could pull up 20 to 21. He was getting to the line 4 times a night. 3.8. And that was in 2021. Mm-hmm. I can't find 22, 23, but I believe it went up. I think it was closer to 5. He was going 5 to 7. He was going to the line a lot. The Knicks last year shot a lot of free throws. A lot of players was going to the free throw line. We were shooting almost on an average 25 free throws a night. And I mean, I'm just throwing a number out there, but I know we were going to the line. I remember games we were at the line 36 times and only hit 12 free throws. So, 28 times, 26 times. I remember a lot of games that we went to the free throw line and we only hit 60% of what we went to the line for. We bring our free throw percentage up. RJ brings his free throw percentage up to 80. Anything in 80s, he's a different player. And he looked bigger. He looks longer and stronger. He's more aggressive looking. I mean, at least in FIBA. I mean, not taking nothing away from the players in FIBA. He's looking aggressive. If he could bring somewhat any of that back to the NBA this year with the New York Knicks, we're a different team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I tell you what, for me, 23 years old, 23. The kid have been to 2 playoffs already. You know what I mean? They've been to the FIBA game. He gained so much experience on against when it counts. Let's put it like this, what I'm trying to say. RJ playing basketball at a young age when it counts. Like, he literally played in his sophomore year in the NBA playoffs when it counts. And then 2 years later, he played in the NBA playoffs again when it counted and went another step. And really was one of the main cogs in the wheel that got us to the second round. And so I think the sky's the limit for this young man, man. We know he wasn't a great shooter, so what? Not everybody can shoot the ball, but that's only one skill out of 10 other ones, you know what I mean? So I'd rather have nine good skills than one I'm not good at. So that means that the ratio is more positive than negative. So I'm like, yo, I ain't worried about RJ shooting. RJ could get buckets. The cat is he's a competitor. Like he said, he is a competitor, and give me competitors all day. 2 cats who want to do it and want to grind, want to go hard. And that's just who we got in him, man. And like I said, he 23, Julius Randle 28. So can you imagine when RJ get to their age? Think about it.
Right, even 26.
26, right. When he by the time RJ get to his prime, because his work ethic is amazing. He stays working. I mean, one thing you can say about it, he stayed working. And he got the heart, man. I mean, he playing in the big market, the biggest city, the hardest city to play in, and he represent ever since he been here. So I'm hoping that what he doing in FIBA carry over Shy Powers, and I'm ready to see this team get into the season, get into training camp. Hopefully we be healthy and everything, man. But I really want to see this young guy take this next step. He's like, I'm gonna show y'all why I got $23 million. I'm about to show you. I'm just gonna show you. That's what you need. I just need to show you why I got $23 million. I'm about to show you, my boy. So I think that's what he's on, man. But this is a good experience for him because you always working all season to fragment your game and get it better, and that's what he's doing. By playing the FIBA, he getting a lot of experience, man. He get a lot of experience to my forward working on his game because you don't get to do that a lot in the regular season when the season was being take place. So you got to get in the all season. But I think playing against competition when he goes into the regular season, he probably take a little break. Josh Hart, and Brunson. Once FIBA's over, they probably go on like a 2-3 week hiatus or 2 week, maybe 2 weeks. Because training camp at the end of the month on the 27th. So a 27th training camp starts. So they really only got 21 days. So hopefully they get through the FIBA thing without no injuries and nothing like that. And they get to rest their bones and everything like that because training camp gonna be right upon them. They got to go in there and make it happen. I'm hoping that he go right into the regular season with a lot of reps in this game. Now he might be tired on the end. Now don't get me wrong, then when Josh Hart and RJ and Jalen Brother come into the regular season, you got to remember their legs gonna be a little bit tired because they've been playing all summer. I mean, literally playing, not just working out. So no, they've been playing. So they leg just like Evan Fournier a couple of years ago his leg wasn't on him last year. He couldn't shoot the ball for nothing coming into to the beginning of the season because he was at the FIBA game. You know what I mean? So same thing applies to Evan Fournier, and it might apply to RJ and Josh Hart and them. Legs might catch up to them in a minute, but hopefully it don't linger. And then they just get their second win and keep it moving. But I think if we come into the season the way he playing, we got something special on our hands. Let's hope RJ can get it for us. I'm looking forward to Star J this year, man. I'm looking forward to the whole Knicks team, matter of fact. So I think if these cats do what they do in the FIBA, come in and play, we'd be okay. Shy Powell, let's see how they're gonna do it.
Yeah, there's no question, man. I feel that just watching some of the highlights, I really haven't watched. I watched 1 or 2 games, but I watched a lot of highlights just to see how they break it down and stuff like that. And because they come on at crazy times early in the morning and stuff like that. But with that being said, he's looking good, and I'm hoping that, like I said, he brings if his game translates the way he's playing in FIBA right now, that makes Quentin Grimes' game even more important. I mean, it makes Quentin Grimes' game way more important because now last year I used to always talk about Julius Randle passing the ball to Quentin Grimes, but you know who else used to pass the ball to Quentin Grimes? RJ. Mm-hmm. And I mean, they'll come off that screen and he'll pop it and he'll throw it to him. You know what I mean? He just wasn't knocking it down all the time. I mean, so that makes Quentin Grimes' game a little better, especially if RJ is looking more spongy. If he looked at pretty some of the defensive things that they showed on the clips. He looks a little like he's moving his hips a little better and stuff like that. Look like he's trying to. They've been playing little guys on him. It seemed like he only has little guys on him, but he's been moving his feet, playing defense, and I just hope that a lot of what he's learning right now transition into the NBA, transition with the Knicks this year, because this is a big year for the New York Knicks this year, man. And watching on some of the streams and stuff like that, a lot of people already the Knicks ain't even played the game yet, and they already counting them out. I don't get it yet. I don't get it.
Yeah, man. I never understood that neither, man. I was like, yeah, are you watching the same thing we watching? I get why I do get they do it, but I don't get it. I really don't, man. I don't understand to the life of me like why people do that. Man, listen, man. Until they prove you otherwise, you gotta say the Knicks is a legitimate basketball team. That was no fluke last year. What they did last year, they went up in the NBA.
This wasn't no bubble year.
There wasn't no bubble year. There wasn't no fluke. Listen, they literally went up in there when nobody was thinking they would. Nobody had that, and that's why people it was hard for Knicks to believe. When Jalen Brunson came aboard and RJ got a year older, Julius Randle had a bounce back year. I mean, they had these cats could do what they do, man. And I think they're gonna be the same this year. camaraderie and chemistry is everything. Talent is everything. Knicks got 3 players right now literally can average 20 points a game. We not making it up. That's what the stats tell us. That's what the numbers tell us. So if they got 3 guys who can literally average 20 a game in their starting lineup, and then you also got a couple of guys on the bench if they have good years, then the Knicks will be a way good team. I don't get that. I mean, the numbers don't lie. I mean, I just think that we just get these cats. They just do. It's time for people to say, listen, man, it's time to go all in with the Knicks. We're not even talking about they win no championship, but you got to give them their respect, though. You know what I mean? Child Powers, you got to give the Knicks their respect. You know what I mean? I don't think nobody, not too many Knicks fans, can sit up here and say that they thought we was gonna beat Cleveland. I knew we was gonna beat them because I know we had the skill set players to match up to them. I knew we beating Cleveland. I didn't know how many games it was gonna be, but I knew we was beating them. Because I'm like, them cats don't got nothing for us. And they did. And they did. You know what I mean? And I just think that people, if you look at pure basketball from a basketball standpoint, not from really the feelings and emotion, not the sentimental stuff, Shot Power, but just really off of basketball play, like what happens on the court between the 94-foot line. If you just look at it from that standpoint, you might got teams who got known players, but that don't mean because they known players, they team is better than ours. You know what I'm saying? You could have somebody with a superstar. Don't mean that team is better than ours. It's just that they got a player who's a superstar on their team, but that don't make them better than them. And I think that a lot of people slept on the Knicks last year. I think the disrespect they give to Julius Randle is unnecessary. 24, 11, and 5. Okay, what you say? Without Julius Randle, the Knicks is a lottery team. Since he's been here, without him, the Knicks is a lottery team without Julius Randle. You know what I mean? So to have him and Brunson and RJ and Quickly and Grind, these guys developing, Mitchell Robinson developing, and 5 years, in the making, and look where he at now, and all these guys, the Hartensteins of the world, and with Tom Thibodeau coaching, who's been around doing it for a while. You look at his numbers, don't lie. He might not never won a big game, but he was in the big game. He might never won it, but he was there. Not too many coaches could say that. So a lot of coaches in the NBA never made it to the big game or got to the Western Conference Final. The Eastern Conference Final or Western Conference Final. At least this cat in his career have done that. You know what I mean? So, when you look at him, you look at the players that we got. Why wouldn't you think this is a good team? This is a good team. You know what I mean? I don't understand why you wouldn't think they're a good team. Now you bring in a bunch of winners like Jalen Brunson, Shot Power, DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, who got winning mentality. RJ got a winning mentality. Julius Randle want to win. These cats want to win, man. That's why they winning. It'd be different. They were sitting there, they just want the money, don't want to win. These cats tell you in all the press conferences and everything, Tibbs want to win. And that's what we trying to do. And every player got that same mentality. So why wouldn't you expect the Knicks to be a good team? I expect the Knicks to come out there here this year, Shot Powers, with RJ Barrett and these boys and all of them do the same thing they did last year and even be better. I just believe that. I just think that's earlier. Facts. Yeah. Because I just think that's what they built down there. You know what I mean? Salute everybody in the chat, man. It was good. Danny was popping. Nick 100. Everybody, salute you guys, man. Hector was good, my man. Thank y'all for coming in. Y'all already know what it is. We ain't here, man. We really talking about the FIBA thing, but being that RJ was a part of FIBA, we delved into that, man. Because I think RJ come out here and get it popping. Here's what's interesting to me. Was crazy, was scary about the Knicks. All they need to do is tread water to the trading deadline. Just stay in contention. Stay in contention to the trading deadline because they're gonna make a move. They got assets to make a move. So Hector, you're 100% right. But we talked about that earlier, man. That the Knicks getting recognition out there, man. Because Josh Hart playing the way you're playing, Brunson, RJ, 40 was doing his thing, but they out. But you're 100% right, Hector. That FIBA tournament is big for the Knicks. It really has. That's what I'm so giddy about it, man, because they got some of our boys on the world stage, not just on MSG or not on 25 televised games. These cats is on the world stage and they represent them pretty well. You know what I mean? And I'm really liking what I'm seeing out there for these guys, man. But Jalen Brunson is going to be a household name pretty soon. RJ Barrett be a household name pretty soon. You know what I mean? And we got the Swift Army Knights, Josh Hart out there playing. So I like that. That tells you what that tell you, Child Power. So I'm really looking forward to the season, man. I want these boys to go in there and get it popping. But I do know one thing about, what's going on now, Shot Power. I think people they're going to be surprised what these boys do out here, man. I'm trying to tell you, they're gonna be surprised. That defense gonna be crazy. They got a good second unit that's literally all of them can shoot, all of them can defend. All of them can. Well, Josh Hart is a decent shooter. DiVincenzo can knock him down quickly, can shoot him. iHeart can shoot him, and they all defend. All of them. DiVincenzo, quickly, and Josh Hart all defend the basketball. Ladies and gentlemen, that's why people cannot sleep on the Knicks second unit. They all defend and they all can shoot. So, I just think that it's going to be crazy. I think there's going to be a lot of that second unit should be really beat up and to me the running gunning squad. Passing lanes, steal the ball, get up the court. My man iHeart playing, being Daniel Jones back there. I'm throwing a long ball to them boys on the outlet. Oh man, this should be fun, man. I think it's gonna be pretty popular this year, man. So let's see how it goes, Shot Power. I think these boys gonna be got something to prove this year, man. I'm definitely looking at third round, no question.
I'm just gonna say this, and I said this, last year we started off slow, with Evan Fournier, Derrick Rose, and also putting in Cam Reddish. Before Quentin Grimes got in there, before Tom Thibodeau made the essential cut to that 9-man rotation. And I don't think we start off slow this year. The guys already know each other. They have that togetherness already. I think they're going to get out there and play quicker with a little bit more intensity, with a little bit more togetherness. And the start that we had last year with Evan Fournier and Derrick Rose, I think we were 12-13 or something like that. We were barely 500 team. And I think this year with the starting five that we ended the season with last year, with a healthy Quentin Grimes coming out of the gate, I think we started a little quicker. I think the first 20 games, may mean something. The first 20 games we may jump out to a quick 7-0 start or something like that. I'm hypothetical. I'm being a Knicks fan right now. But I think the team will start a little quicker than what they did last year. I believe so. I believe the team is ready. Like we talked earlier, that you see Julius Randle out there in his court at his house or whatever that court is, shooting the 3-pointers. You see Quentin Grimes out there doing stuff with some Ouija board looking thing, moving his arm around, doing push-ups and all that stuff. These guys are shooting shots. IQ was out there balling out. Josh Hart and Brunson is in the FIBA. So you're seeing guys getting prepared. And I think this year we fare a little better in the first 20 or so games than we did last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. What I'm excited about. If you look at all of the winning organizations in basketball, I'm talking about all the winning organizations. They just got a culture there, and Knicks now Knicks finally got a culture, and they there. They got a culture about working hard, putting the work in, being on time, blah blah blah, whatever the organization requires them to do. Just like San Antonio Spurs, just like all the great organizations, they got a culture down there with everybody from the top to the bottom on the same page, literally. Like, this is the way we do it. This is how we're gonna do it. So you either get in where you fit in, or then that means you won't be a part of it. And right now, whether you like it the way you do it or not, you got to get in where you fit in with the Knicks. If you're not going to do it the Tom Thibodeau way on the court, if you're not going to do it the Leon Rose way up in the front office, then you just really can't be, then there ain't no need for you to be here. And I think that's what these guys are doing. They done built something, man. And I think it's starting to trickle down all the way down. Shit rolls downhill. And now it's starting to work its way into the whole culture, man. I'm happy about it. So I expect these things. Sometimes it's not about, like, I'd rather have three solid players, literally solid players than one good player and the rest of them average. What I do like about the Knicks, they got 3 solid starters. I'm talking about they main guy, like RJ, Brunson, and Randall. Regardless of what you may think about them, every one of them cats is solid, bona fide starters in the NBA. And they all, at the end of the year, they putting up the numbers like everybody else. The only difference is they in the Knicks uniform. They're not in another uniform where you can say, okay, that cat can get it. But you put Brunson, when Brunson was with Dallas Mavericks, he was getting it. You know what I mean? He came on to the New York. He doing the same thing he did with the New York that he did with the Mavericks. He was getting it. Okay, so if he can help the Mavericks get to that level with Luka Doncic, now you got somebody with Randall who can. He might not be Luka, but he can put up Luka numbers. You know what I mean? And you got a guy like RJ that's putting numbers on it. You got to just say that. Well, at least they're a good team. So, and I think with everything around them, 3 or 4 years, all of them being together, Quentin Grimes going. So every Knick that's starting this year, except for Jalen Brunson, all been together for 3 years. Jalen Brunson will be his second year. That's why you got to put their team. You look at Giannis and Chris Middleton and Brook Lopez. Why do you think they brought them back? Because they all play together. I mean, these cats play together. They know how to get down. Now Jalen Brunson, in his second year, now he know everybody's tendencies. He know their weaves, their weakness. He know their strengths. He know their spots. He know where Mitchell Robinson make the move to get the alley-oop. He probably get more alley-oops than Mitch this year. Because sometimes when you first get in there, you got to learn these guys. Now he done been there a year. Now he know them. Now, now we know him. And so I think Jalen Brunson transition is going to make the Knicks even better this year in the second year because now he knows the system. He ain't never played for Tom Thibodeau until this year. He mastered Tom Thibodeau's system this year. Now coming to the training camp, he knows it's going to be. He ain't got to worry about this here. What Tom Thibodeau want me to do in training camp? Shit, he know now. These guys, everybody coming back not thinking. Nobody in our start line is going to be thinking this year. They know how the coach run it. They know how he do it. So that's what makes it to me with this team is going to be dangerous because they know it already how to do it. So I'm excited about it, Shop House. Let's see if they can this shit come to reality and they cross T, dot I, put everything together, man. If they do that and RJ and them pop, it's game over. It's game on. We definitely Eastern Conference Finals. I don't give what nobody say until you prove me wrong. I ain't trying to hear it, but right now I'm undefeated. So I'm really liking it, man. It's gonna be interesting to see them coming up for us this year.
Yeah, the intensity is going to be crazy. Like we talked about, man. It's going to be the same crew, getting better, already knowing each other. Jalen Brunson is going to know his team. He's going to know his team. He's going to know, like you said, their tendencies, where they want the ball, how they want the ball, how to work the screen and roll with them, how to work the pick and pop with these guys now. I'm pretty sure he's going to have Mitch set better screens for him. And I'm pretty sure you already pulled Mitch and be like, listen, this is what I want you to do. And every time you do this and you look at me, I'm driving to the hole, look for the ball. And he's going to get a couple more alley-oop passes with Mitchell Robinson this year. I just think he's going to work. It's going to work out great. And the biggest thing that I like about this team, even though we lost Obi Toppin, is we have our second unit is not going to be, a family either. Like you said, IQ, Josh Hart, Big Ragu, and Ihart. I think Ihart is going to average 5 assists this year. This is probably going to be his best assist year that he had in his whole career. 5, maybe 6 assists with those guys that's on the court with him that like to dart to the hole, run around picking pops, run through screens and stuff like that. I think Ihart's going to have a good year this year with assists. So, and we also don't take into consideration that at the beginning of last year, Ihart was hurt. He was hurt with that Achilles thing in his leg or whatever. I don't know if it was actually the Achilles, but he had some pull in his leg or something like that hindered him in the beginning of the year. And he still played 82 games this year. He played every game this year, right?
Great
so,
line.
Yeah, So, he's going to come back, and he's still young. He's 25 years old, 24, 20. He ain't no more than 26, He's going to come back in better shape, knowing these guys a little better, and watch how the second team rolls, man. And like you said earlier, Divine, these guys can shoot the basketball. Aside of playing defense, that's going to be a tough, if these guys are short in stature, true. But they're strong and they know how to play some defense, man. They know how to get in the passing lanes. They know how to reach for the ball and stuff like that. It's gonna be a different look. We will, however they decide to work that. If Tom Thibodeau decides to get off his hump and play a 10-man rotation and maybe add a Roby or a Knight or even what's the other redhead left-handed guy that we got? The 6'7" dude. I can't remember his name. Wagner or something like that.
Weiler.
Something like that, dude. He might even he might be back up for RJ. You know what I mean? They say the guy can shoot. You know what I mean? They say his wingspan is 6'8", 6'10". He got long. He can play some defense. Maybe that might be the relaxation for RJ Barrett. Maybe we might see RJ Barrett playing a little bit more forward this year than we did last year. These guys are gonna. I don't know. I'm hoping that they play a different style of basketball this year because we don't need players to have 36 minutes a game. And I mean, we don't need 36 minutes a game. Not that it's gonna wear us out towards the end of the season, but we just don't need 36 minutes a game. If we could keep these guys closer to 32, you know what I mean? Randall 32, 33, you know what I mean? When I think a lot of these games, I'm hoping as a Knicks fan that a lot of these games that we get out to leads and we don't relinquish the leads. So I think that's what this team is going to be built based upon this year. A lot of defense, and watch how Tom Thibodeau closes out some of these games this year. You may see a Josh Hart, a DiVincenzo, IQ, or Quentin Grimes, and Mitchell Robinson. You may see some crazy lineup like that come out there. A whole defensive package with 4 shooters out on the court. Mm-hmm. You never know what's going to happen with this year. This year's not going to be like last year. You're going to have at certain times of the game where we're going to have at least 3 shooters in the game at one time. You know what I mean? To open up the floor with Mitchell Robinson on the floor or without Mitchell Robinson. You may even see Tom Thibodeau go to a small man unit this year because of the type of guys that he has to utilize. So let's see what happens. I'm hopeful for this team this year. I'm a little bit more hopeful than I was last year because I think they're going to, bare minimum, I think they're going to have 48 wins. But I think they're going to win 5 more games than they did last year. So I think we're going to be in the 50 range this year. Hopefully, from my perspective.
Yeah, for me, it's interesting, because I think Nick GM, that it's been a concern of his for a while. So the brother not spitting on hyperbole. He said we've been too small, and he pretty much that. I think he dead on with that up in the backcourt. Up in the backcourt. But because you think about it, and I understand why he's concerned about that because you got 6'5", 6'3", 6'6", probably the top, and so I do get his concerns about that. But here's another thing that we also look at too. You got Mitchell Robinson, Hartenstein. Let's say Jericho Sims, they all 6'10" or more. Then you got Nathan Hunt, 6'10". Randall 6'8", RJ 6'7". So I think I think that's where Nick GM concern is to me in the backcourt because the backcourt and our wing position is as far as stat and height. What I do get where you're coming from with that, but I do think if you look at the front court, we do got some guys out there that's not, like I said, Mitchell Robinson, Hartenstein, Jericho Sim. If Nathan Hunt make it 6'10", so that's not bad. You got 4 guys that's 6'10" or better than everybody else at rounding out to 6'7", 6'8", 6'9". So we'll see how it goes. Roby about he probably 6'7", 6'8" stats, but he big body, I guess. But here's the thing, man. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen, and that's why if you looked at the thumbnail and why I did the show, it was this here. I was like, the early reports today that Knicks thinking about bringing back Todd Gibson. I told y'all that was gonna happen. I told y'all that was gonna happen when the season was over. I think not too long ago out there I was like, listen, Todd Gibson would be the perfect guy to bring back to New York. For the experience. Remember, I want everybody to understand something. The Knicks is no longer trying to just be getting into the first round. The Knicks got mad high. They got expectations for themselves that I think that we don't give them credit for. We might be thinking about it here. The Knicks thinking about a whole nother level. The Knicks thinking about a whole nother level. If you don't think the Knicks was saying, you know what, 2 players injury and 1 player didn't have a bad game, we was in the Eastern Conference Finals. Hear what I'm trying to tell y'all. You know what the Knicks thinking. The Knicks ain't thinking about hoping this guy pop. They ain't gonna hope. The Knicks are not in the hoping stage no more. Let me put it that way. The New York Knicks are not in the hoping this guy gets better stage right now. At least right now, the Knicks are looking. Who can I put on this team that's gonna help us catapult us to the next level? For the next 3 years, long Jalen Brunson there, that's what we on right now. I think long Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle in the building, we are on now. How can we get to that championship run? So the reason why I brought that up is because you bring Todd Gibson back in there to fill that right. We need that experience, that mindset. That's all I'm talking about. I'm talking about the mindset. And the cat can still play the game a little bit. He go harder than any young guy we're trying to bring in there right now. Roby, Knight, wow.
Yeah.
None of them Todd Gibson, ladies and gentlemen. Let me keep it real. Let me keep it 100. They cannot do an eighth of what Top 6 can do with a basketball. Literally. I think the Knicks bringing back Todd Gibson. When I seen that report out there, they think about bringing him out, like that's a gimme. I would bring him back, because when you get to the playoffs, you need somebody who's been there. The pressure is not too much for him. What happened to our guys last year, ladies and gentlemen? No pun. That's growing pains, though. That is Quickly and Grimes. Some of the guys, that stage was a little bigger for them dudes, man. That shit was big, bro. When they got to that Miami series. And Grimes held it down too. I mean, from a defense standpoint. But what I'm trying to say is that and I think that's why they're bringing back Todd Gibson and Shot Powers. Because you know what? Tid's going to say that I could trust him. I could trust him in big moments. He's not going to make a boneheaded play, or he's not going to shrink. He's just going to go out there and be that ultimate warrior, do what he's been doing for the last 10, 12, 13, 15 years, whatever, just being steady. And you know what? In the first year we got to the playoffs with Tom Thibodeau, who were the best two players in that playoff, that series that year? Todd Gibson and Derrick Rose against Atlanta in Atlanta series. They were the best two players. And Obi Toppin, from my recall. So I think Todd, I don't have a problem with them bringing that dude back, man. I really don't, because I just think that where we trying to go right now, he could make a big difference on that team, man. Just his knowledge, his game, his toughness, his rebounding, hit me up long distance when he need be. I'll bring Todd back in a minute. I think we don't make no moves the rest of this year, and you got to fill that last 15-man roster spot, you bring back Todd Gibson in here. He would teach Knight how to be good. He would teach Roby how to be good. You understand what I'm saying, John Powell? He had teach Mitchell Robinson a lot of things that he helped Mitchell Robinson. Think about when Todd Gibson first got here, you notice Mitchell Robinson wasn't fouling out no more. Think about that. When the Knicks signed Todd Gibson, that's when Mitchell Robinson's career started going the other way, because he had somebody who could teach him some things. You know what I mean? And that's why I wanted to bring him back. This could be a prime time to bring that cat, man, back up ahead. I think he would make dividend for the Knicks. And I think we would have had him last year. He could have played a important role for us, because he could have kept the guys. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. You know, this is what Jimmy Butler doing to you. This is what he would be on that other eye and other ear for the players on the court. He might say, you know what? Excuse me, I'll pass you one quick. He said, Mitchell Robinson, slide to the left, don't slide to the right, because my man doing this. You understand what I'm saying? He would have brought all that experience and helped you guys' game be much better. Let's get Todd Gibson back up in the yard, man. Todd, we with you, my brother.
Brooklyn. Yeah, I'm not. We got an open roster spot. I think we only have 14 men signed right now. I think Knight is on some type of two-way deal or something like that. So I don't. I think, you know, if it's feasible, if we can get him back in there, and we don't eat up what little bit of money that we do have left, if we do have any money left. And I mean, and don't hit the that big apron where we have to pay it back before the end of the season. I'm 100% down with Todd Gibson coming back. And I mean, a crafty veteran on the bench, and like you said, Devon, he really helped Mitchell Robinson keep him out of foul trouble. I mean, Mitchell Robinson, beep beep beep. First couple of years, he was sitting the bench. Right. Todd gets in there. Shows him a little bit how to move and let some of the plays go. Don't try to jump for everything. And, you rarely see Mitchell Robinson foul out of games now. So I'm not opposed to Todd. And he's from Brooklyn. What can I say? He's a vet. He's from Brooklyn. Bring him back. If we can afford him, and if we don't really kill ourselves and have to pay some big money for, some big luxury tax or something like that, bring him back. He knows everybody. He's familiar with the majority of the team that's there. And I think he can help down the road. If you're really looking for a power forward, if you want a real backup power forward for Todd, from Julius Randle, for Julius Randle, he ain't trying to get out there and get 25 minutes a night, but he could definitely give you a good 13, 14 minutes. So Julius Randle could get a nice little breather, to play 30 something minutes a game. So I'm not opposed to him coming back. Who would you rather see, Taj Gibson or Robley or Knight? Which one of those guys would you rather see? See on the court? Would you rather see Taj Gibson out there, someone that you already know and he already knows the team pretty much? In the second unit, he would have to learn those guys. None of those guys, I think, played with him. I don't even think Hartenstein played with him, so he would have to get to know those guys and play with them. But he's a veteran and he's crafty and he still can dial it up. He still can dial it up on you. So I'm not opposed to having Taj Gibson back if they can make it happen.
Yeah. You got to have for where the Knicks are at, and right now what they trying to do. You got to have guys. What's one thing that's Todd Gibson want the most that he don't have probably?
A ring?
Exactly. So he coming in here with the mindset, I'm trying to get a ring. You know what I mean? Tom Thibodeau trying to get a ring. Jalen Brunson, these cats trying to get rings. So he coming in with that set type of mentality where I'm taking no prisoners. You know what I mean? And I just think that is just awesome, man. That like you said, somebody who just to relieve Julius Randle, give him his minutes, some rest, and Todd can go in there and grab you a couple of rebounds, play some stellar defense, tenacity, knock down a three in the corner, down long distance, and get back to the bench. I just think that, man, that would, to me, that would be the ultimate move to me. That would be just to me, ladies and gentlemen, this is my personal opinion. He would be just as big as a DiVincenzo signing and at this stage where the Knicks at right now for me. Todd Gibson in New York with all that game he got, all that knowledge and experience, and just the will to go out there and to do the things that a lot of cats don't do. And I think he'd be a perfect match for these Knicks. Perfect. He know Tom Thibodeau's system. He know what the man want. He know what he need. It's just to me a match made in heaven. That's why a lot of teams, back, prior to, I would say, like 10 years ago, you would have some really good players, but a whole bunch full of veterans, like good players at the starting lineup, but you had all them savvy guys, and that's why a lot of teams win a championship. You know what I mean? I think that's what we need. I'm not saying he's the savior, but I think right now, with the Knicks needing a backup power forward, him and Hartenstein was a nice front court for the Knicks. It'd just be a perfect match, basically. Both of them could pop outside and inside. You know what I mean? Shot Powers, my man dial it up from outside. Hartenstein could dial it up from outside. That means that opens the floor, passing lanes, but you also got that toughness, the rebounding, and the tenacity. So let's hope that the Knicks will bring it back, man. I think Todd Gibson ain't looking for money. Todd Gibson good. He just wanted to be a chance to get on the roster play. He got his money from Watson last year. So yeah, he probably just want to get on the court and play ball, man. And I like that, man. I really like that, man. Let's see how it goes, man. I put it in the stream today because it was out there. The Knicks thought about bringing back him and Archie Nacendo. I mean, it's a family affair thing, man. Knicks run a family down organization. Everybody from top down is like family affair thing. The Villanova thing, the Kentucky thing, the CAA thing,
or the Cats,
yeah,
Wildcats, and both of them are Cats, right?
Yeah, both of them Wildcats.
They're Wildcats.
Yeah, man. You got the CAA thing going, and that's how they doing it. So I just think that Tom Thibodeau got rapport with Tom Gibson. The Cats got rapport with Jalen Brunson, and Kentucky got quickly Kentucky, Randall, Kentucky. I mean, it goes on and on, man. So I mean, I'm excited about what these cats bringing to the table, man. And to do it, man. Because I just think this cat going pay some dividends for us down the line, man. But Shot Powers, but other than that, like I said, the big thing is FIBA, RJ. Hope him and my man don't get it popping. But for me, I don't think the Knicks going to be making no drastic moves. If they make a drastic move, it got to happen in the next couple of weeks before training camp start. You know what I mean? To me, I know they talked about even though they acquired about James Harden, Philly, my man was going to rob everybody. So, but that should go to show where the Knicks is at, ladies and gentlemen, because the Knicks, they did acquire about James Harden, Shot Powers.
Everybody.
And if you knew the Knicks was willing to do that, that lets you know where the Knicks are trying to go to. That's why I was bringing that out there about Todd Gibson, because listen, you're going to have to be able to play in New York right now, because the Knicks trying to win a championship in the next couple of years. They trying to stay relevant, so your game got to be good and got to be polished right now to play with the Knicks, man. And the thing I love about what we got, our young guys started 3 years ago. They all polished. They getting polished. Quentin Grimes getting polished. RJ got polished. excuse me, Mitchell Robinson got polished. All these cats, these young cats that we brought up through the ranks and drafted, they're getting polished. So now they feel that they polished enough to put a couple of good players with them and get us over the top. And I think that's what the Knicks is doing. That's why when they went after James Harden, they're like, listen, our young core done got enough experience now to add a couple of pieces with these young guys that we drafted and gave money to build something. I think that's what the Knicks did. They paid their young boys. They paid RJ. They paid Robinson. They paid these guys. Now they expect them to perform on the next level. And that's what I think they're doing. I think Quickly to get his money. I think Grimes to get his money. And then now that they bought in Randall, Jalen Brunson, so now they probably feel I need another piece or two, might be a piece now to go with these guys that understand how we play basketball in New York and the New York Knicks way, to add some guys to it and let's go make it happen. I think they did it last year with Jalen Brunson. Look where it got him. So I do think that Harden thing probably was real. And they just wait for some disgruntled thing to happen. The Knicks, that was they planned from day one, ladies and gentlemen. They knew the cat space thing was going to be different. They said we're just going to wait for a disgruntled cat. We're gonna get all these draft picks. We're gonna make sure that we got some good tradable contracts. And when that one dude who don't want to be where he want to be come, I think with Julius Randle, RJ, Jalen Brunson, that's enough to them. And I think that's what they're gonna do. So, Shot Powder, I do think that Harden thing had a lot of legs to it. And it's gonna be somebody out there. We'll see by the trading deadline. I tell you what, though, on a different note, y'all better watch out for Rob Flink and the Lakers, ladies and gentlemen. They just want to sign Christian Wood for $2.7 million. Go with Cam Reddish, Vanderbilt, Anthony Davis, LeBron. I'm gonna tell you something. Them boys, the Lakers gonna be tough to beat, man. The motherfucker got some wings out your what, bro. But I do think we the way we build our thing, we build it the right way. So we just one play away.
Yeah, pretty much, Devon. The opening that the Knicks have, they don't have many players that they can slide into it. There's there's 14, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's 14 roster spots right now. And a couple of these guys are not on the roster or who's going to play in the G League and all this other stuff. Let's see what happens this year, man. I'm more that you talked about Taj Gibson, I'm a little bit more excited about hearing that. I hope the rumors go along, and I hope they end up bringing them in. If we're looking to, I'm pretty sure if Taj Gibson gets or back on a New York Knicks jersey, Tom Thibodeau will open up that roster to a 10-man rotation.
Mm-hmm.
That's just saying. If Taj Gibson comes, I think Tom Thibodeau will open up that 9-man rotation and slide in Taj Gibson for a couple of minutes out there somehow, some way. Like we talk about now how the Knicks are, soon training camp will be right around the corner, and we will soon be at the Garden watching the New York Knicks play their first game. It'll be here before you know it, man. It's already the 6th day of September already. So the September's already flying through. I hope that we can see the U.S. team against the Canada team, and get back to some Knick basketball, man. I kind of miss it. And I salute this weekend football. The football start this weekend right here. Giants and Cowboys. Yeah,
Sunday night. Let's get it. Giants and Cowboys. Big Blue, you know what to do. I'm about to run up on them boys, man. I'm trying to tell you it's gonna be popping. But yeah, man. Hey, you know what? I get it, y'all. But here, I just think that this cat just makes sense. He just, he just makes sense because, like I said, when you get in the playoffs, you gotta have a guy that's not gonna fold when the pressure is big. He just not gonna fold. We got a lot of nice young guys. I want to see Roby pop. I want to see Knight pop. I want to see these guys pop. But make no mistake about it, they are what they are in their career for a reason. I get it. I'm about to develop by the young guy. I want to see them play too. But the Knicks is not on that, ladies and gentlemen. The Knicks are on, I am trying to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, and I need players who can help me get me there. Todd Gibson, because of his experience in the NBA, Every player in the NBA, he probably done played against. All of the Joker, Giannis, Embiid. Todd Gibson done played against LeBron. He done played against every player in the NBA. So what that tell you? No matter who go up against Todd Gibson ain't backing down for nobody. He gonna be like, oh, this dude about to get me. Nah. Y'all missing the point. He is the gritness to the New York Knicks. Knicks need Todd Gibson. They need him. They need him. They don't got a player on their roster equivalent to what that man can do with his experience. Like somebody put it perfect example. I think I said like Udonis Haslem. He's a much better in shape than Udonis Haslem that plays. I mean, why do you think Washington gave him that money? Knicks wanted to bring Todd Gibson back. What Washington do? They gave him more money. He had a pretty good year for Washington last year, ladies and gentlemen. He did, and you're going to need him in the playoffs. Make no mistake about it. Knight, I like Roby. I like Knight. Them not no playoff performance, brother. They ain't got it. They don't got what it take to play up in that on an everyday basis against all that pressure. That's the difference. That's why I want Todd Gibson. So when the playoffs come, we got somebody who can handle the pressure. It's a lot of pressure, man. You see that shit bust pipes on our team last year. Other than when Julius Randle went down, it bust quickly pipes. Then it busted Grimes pipes. And then it busted Obi pipes. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. It ain't busted his pipe because he know what pressure is. He been there. So I really want this cat on here, man. This could be a really great move for the Knicks because when it's time to get the playoff time, I don't care if the Knicks get them Chop Powers. You still let Roby them play. I'm not even worried about the regular season stuff. You know what I mean? I just want them on the Knicks. So when it's time to get to the playoffs, you could bring Todd into the Knicks right now and don't even let them play. Don't even let them play. I don't even care about that. I just want him on the team because I think what he would do for the team from a psychological standpoint, from a mental standpoint, it'll help Roby out. It'll help Knight out. You know what I mean? Because he could teach them things that other guys can't teach them because they all still young as they are. You know what I mean? I just want him there, like you said, because of his presence, because with the knowledge that he had, the TT cats, he'll make Roby a better player. He make Knight a better player. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna tell you why. When they in training camp and he's schooling their ass, you know what I'm saying? So that's my thing. When Todd Gibson get Roby and Knight in training camp and give them the business, now they're gonna be able to take that same experience that Todd Gibson gave to them and apply it to their game. Now they become better players. That's why you want Todd Gibson on the Knicks. Period. You know what I mean? That you got to get him on there because he got that. He has what it takes to do what we need for these guys, man. And even if you bring him in here, he don't got to play. He don't have to be the start. I'm not putting Todd Gibson on a team to be the backup power forward. I'm bringing Todd Gibson on the team to help mentor these guys, help teach them how to be better players, and also if somebody go down, he could fill in. You know what I mean? And I think that's important, man. I don't think no championship team that I recall, and I've been watching this thing since I was 8 years old. I never seen a championship team without no veterans. Even if they wasn't playing, but they was on there to be another coach. You know what I mean? I don't. Hey, listen, man. I get where you coming from on that, Nick 100. I'm not disputing you. He ain't killing no Todd Gibson. Let me tell you something. Todd Gibson know every trick of the trade, son. I don't know why you Nick with Jim. I can't agree with you on that. Todd Gibson will know every move probably is for these players to make because he just that good. I mean, Todd Gibson is a solid all-around NBA pro who been doing. I'm not disputing Robe Knight, and I'm not disputing that. But at the same time, these cats been here for a minute. A lot of Cam Reddishes of the world, all these guys, they've been there. They had a chance to prove themselves. So, and then one thing we always got to remember, why are they going from team to team, a lot of these guys? I know we speak highly of their potential. I get that. I'm not, but that is, we only basing off their potential. Because if they was that dope, they would have been the same team they on, or they got them, they would have had a chance to say, you know what, even though I'm around Minnesota with all these guys, if I'm that good, I'm going to bust their butt. Cam Reddish had that opportunity. All these guys get the opportunity, man. But listen, I understand what y'all saying in the long run, but I'm going to tell you, Todd Gibson know how to play anybody. He knows shit. These cats, before they was even playing basketball, he probably was out there doing it. He was doing it. It's just experience, man. If you make a jazz step, Todd Gibson know when the cat going to make a jazz step. He knows somebody gonna do a head fake. This cat, look at Todd Gibson game over the years. Go back and study his game. Go back and study Todd Gibson's game since he came in the NBA. And that tells you why he's still playing in the NBA. And that's still telling you why he got a bag last year. You got guys who ain't even in the NBA right now and probably still could get a bag. Look at a lot of guys who got money this year. Damn, he only got $2 million. And Todd Gibson and he been getting his money because he's reliable. He know how to play the game of basketball. He ain't got to jump out the gym. Look what the cat been doing. He know how to play. So they got to, I want to play it. He know how to play. Shaw Powell. Not to think that's the reason why the Knicks will bring him in. He know how to play basketball, and that's what it should always be about. I don't care how. Like I said, the Knicks are done with that. I'm trying to just teach you how to play basketball. They not on that. If not, you're not watching the same Knicks we've been playing. The New York Knicks is not on that no more. The New York Knicks is trying to win a championship in the next couple of years, and they know that they're going to go out there and get these guys who know how to play championship type of basketball, pressure basketball. That's what they on. They ain't on that I'm going to develop you to be a good wing. Nah, if that's the case, they would have kept Cam Reddish. No, they are not on that. The New York Knicks is on, I'm trying to get in this thing and win it. So if that's the case, then I think a lot of these guys, I think y'all truly mistaken why they don't got guaranteed money. Why Roby and them not guaranteed? Why Knight not guaranteed? These guys are not even guaranteed money. Because that's what the Knicks value that. What the Knicks say, I'm going to give you an opportunity to see if you can earn some money. But we ain't giving you no money. They ain't even got a guaranteed contract, ladies and gentlemen, because they haven't earned that. They're going to have an opportunity in training camp to go in there and earn a contract. But I'd rather have a guy who I know can get a contract than somebody who's just going to earn one. So right now, I think we mistaken this thing when we think we see these. I'm not saying they won't make it. I hope they pop. I hope Knight run with the back of foul poor spot and run with it, Shaw Powell. I hope he do. I hope Roby taking a run with it. But just off the trajectory of where they've been so far, that's not guaranteed. And that's why they don't have guaranteed money. Because they ain't guaranteed. They got to earn that guaranteed money. This ain't no I'm going to give you money because I think you could play. You don't get paid because I think you can shoot a three-point shot. You get paid because can you produce and beat out other players to make my team better? And so far, they're young. They haven't got there yet. That's all I'm saying. Guys like Todd Gibson, been there, done that 1,000 times. So, and that's why I think this is what this thing is based off. It's based off of performance, production. You know what I mean? On your job, you get a raise because you're producing better than everybody else. Well, that's the same way in the NBA. The better you produce, the more money you get. Okay, how much talent you got? You can have talent, don't produce. So I think that's why I think the Knicks are going that route. I think they're going to go that route. Like I said, no matter who going that spot right there, I think the Knicks will play them guys. That's why I'm not bringing Todd Gibson here to take them guys' spot. But if they're not playing better than Todd Gibson, they're going to get their spot to them. You know, it's all about can you beat your man in training camp. If Todd Gibson going in training camp and bust them boys' butt, then they don't deserve to get the spot. If them boys go in there and bust Todd Gibson's spot, they go in there and bust Todd Gibson's butt, then Todd Gibson would be out of the rotation, but he'd be on the Knicks still coaching. That's the only way you wanted to go. You know what I mean? Fair. If Todd Gibson bust their butt, then you know what? They don't get their shine. If they bust Todd Gibson's butt, Todd Gibson get on the bench, be the 15th man, and sit there and educate them dudes. He cool with that because he's been doing it for years. So that's why it's important to bring him in here. But these young boys got to go and earn it, man. There ain't nothing given. They better go out here and get it popping. Because if you go in training camp with Tibbs, looking at Tibbs, the only thing that Shaw Powell has hampered Tibbs his whole career is what? A ring. Tom Thibodeau trying to get a ring, ladies and gentlemen. Todd Gibson won a ring. Julius Randle won a ring. Jalen Brunson won a ring. But especially Todd and Tibbs, they've been doing this since 1990. They're in the early 20s. You know what I mean? So you know it's a different animal with the Knicks, man. I think we just got to put a brakes on hoping this guy pop. Only one we need to really hope to pop is RJ. Because, you know, but all them other young cats, I get it. I'm not hating on youngsters. I'm just telling y'all facts. If they got to go in there and make it happen. Because if they don't go and make it happen, oh, well, you'd be like McBride. And McBride in a bad spot, Shaw Powers. He got Emmanuel quickly and Jalen Brunson in front of him. You know what I mean? It's no disrespect to him. He just in the wrong place at the wrong time. I think McBride got drafted by somebody else. Right now, he can't even get burned because there's not too many third guards in the league that play in the NBA. I don't care what team you're on. If you're the third string point guard, you normally not getting in the basketball game in the NBA. So, you know, it is just tough, man. I just think that we just got to We need to understand that what we should be rooting for right now for the New York Knicks, that we trying to get to the Eastern Conference Final. Anything else is just not necessary. It ain't necessary. Get to the Eastern Conference Finals. If we don't get to the Eastern Conference Finals, this season might be a disappointment because they got expectations now. You know, they got a target on their back now. Somebody got that thing on their back, so they got to go.
Mm-hmm.
They got a target on their back, Chop Out. We don't went from being a hunter to being a hunted. You know, and at least in the Eastern Conference, you know. So let's see, man. A lot of teams got better, and we got better too. Roll the sleeves up, Chop Out. Let's get it popping. Next coming.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Next coming to get it. Next coming to get it, son. Yeah, man, I'm ready too, man. Real talk, man. But listen, man, we just cut shooting the breeze. You know, like a night, but like we like to get in here and do what we do, man. You know, our passionate guys like myself, man. You know, I'm passionate, but I try to bring everything to the forefront with truth and in fact. You know, what I mean, I'm not trying to hyperbolize anything. I'm pretty much telling you from what I see from experience, and I just think that these Knicks got something going on, man. I think they got a good team, and no matter who they're bringing and who they don't bring in, I still think they're gonna pop, though. I think they're gonna pop. I'm ready for this.
Yeah, we gotta. It's gonna be a different team, man, with different skill sets and guys that are wanting to get better. That's the best thing about this team. We got a whole lot of players that want to get better, and even though we lost Obi Toppin, I think we're still gonna be pretty okay in that second unit, man. We got some real defensive-minded players there that can knock down some buckets, man, and can make up that 10, 8, 10, 12, 15 minutes Obi was giving us. And however, I want to give a shout out to the front office for the last couple of years too, man. This front office has been doing some amazing stuff for what they have gotten, picked up, traded, and hopefully they got one more smaller move before they make a real big big haul for a big fish. Right now one of the biggest things the Knicks, I believe, probably is thinking about is Evan Fournier. And Evan Fournier is something that is a thorn in our side or a step on a nail or whatever the terminology that you want to really use. And we have to figure out what we're going to do with Evan Fournier. We joked about this a couple of episodes ago, Divine, maybe the first couple, 3 or 4, something like that, about Evan Fournier being on the team at the beginning of this season. Mm-hmm. And
he would.
It looked like it may happen, you know what I mean? So he may not even be on the bench. He may be home somewhere chilling, collecting some money until the trade deadline. And that's one of the biggest things, if we make any type of move, is probably how to facilitate a deal for Evan Fournier. But aside from that, I'm solid on what the team is going to come back with and the players that we got right now. I'm solid.
Yeah, I understand what y'all. You know what? For me, it's like this here. The same expectations I'm putting. Reason why I'm putting these expectations on this because the Knicks are putting this on themselves. Let me tell y'all something. If the New York Knicks bail out the second round, every player on that team gonna feel like they failed. But that's the mindset that these players have. They want to win. And if Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, R.J. Barrett, and them do not get out of the second round, you know what they're gonna be? They're gonna be more disappointed than us. You know what I mean? Shout out, because they look at that. See, I think they competitive nature don't let them say, I'm gonna be okay with something. That's not even their nature. Guys like that who like Jalen Brunson, them guys, that's why they won championship. That's why they win, because they don't have that. If I do this, it's okay. If I get a B in my report card, if I get a C, it's okay. I think we did already progress. I mean, listen, we also, I think we did. I agree with you 100%, Nick, one day today. But also, the New York Knicks also know where they should have been. The Knicks know they should have been in the Eastern. No, Miami should not have beat the Knicks last year. No, they should not have. No, they shouldn't. That team was not better than ours. But because of certain things, Julius Randle going down with an injury, quickly, blah, blah, blah. Neither do you think them players, anybody in that locker room, not for me, ladies and gentlemen, not from what I'm talking about the players in the locker room. There's not a Knicks player coming in training camp this year going to say that we want to get to the finals or the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't think there's not going to be one player in there that gonna fight to make that happen, because that's the competitive nature of these players. That's Tom Thibodeau nature. These cats ain't they not good with just I'm happy with this. You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be. I mean, you could be content with a lot of things, but I think with these cats that's trying to bank off of Shaw Powell, knowing how close they were, that's why they did what they did. That's why they ran it back. They said, you know what, a couple of mishaps here and there, we could do it again and might go further. So I do think it's important. I get the Knicks already been in the playoffs. They started that maturation rate Shaw Powell 2 years ago against Atlanta. They went to the first round, right? They lost in 4 games. That was the beginning of the process. You know what I mean? Then the second year, because of the injury, they didn't get there. Then they come back the next year. Then they go to the second round. What's the next step? It's always next steps. You know what I mean? They went from a first round exit to a second round exit. Now they're gonna look like they're gonna say, well, if we're gonna we got to get to the third round. That's what you're supposed to be fighting for. It's different levels to this. You don't supposed to be satisfied with just getting there. Nah, they ain't even knowing that. That teams who win championships don't be getting satisfied just with getting there. No, you want to win it, and I think that's what the Knicks is on. They like, listen, we done took them steps. We went from first round to second round to third round to championship. They ain't gonna be no one. I'm good with this. No, we not. I guarantee you, if the Knicks, watch this here, Shaw Powell. If the Knicks lose in the second round this year, watch the heads. What's going to be the main topic in this chat? If the Knicks lose, don't get out the second round. What do you think people going to be saying?
They're going to be talking about everybody. Randall, RJ.
Randall garbage. RJ garbage. Wyatt Tibbs. He couldn't get us out the second round. Yeah, that's what's going to be the topic. It's going to be the topic. That's reality, ladies and gentlemen. Because if they don't get out the second round, I guarantee you, the media in New York, the fans in New York, us up in here, going to be like, Tibbs got to go. So that's why you set these expectations on yourself. So you got goals to achieve. The Knicks' goal this season is to get to the Eastern Conference Final. That's a goal they set for themselves. So if you set goals for yourself, and you don't achieve them goals, you're gonna kind of feel disappointed. Am I right or wrong, Shaw Powell? If you said that you was gonna plan on doing this in 6 months, get a PhD or whatever, and then you don't get that PhD, you're gonna feel disappointed because that was your goal. That your goal was to get to here, but you made it here. Whether you say I was gonna get a PhD without this job I was gonna get, was gonna give me, I'm expected to be a assistant manager by next year. If you don't get that assistant manager, yeah, you ain't gonna. Life goes on, but you're still gonna be disappointed because you set out to reach a goal and you didn't reach it. And that's how I predicate my whole life, even with my business. If I start here, my business better take me here. And if I didn't reach there, I'm gonna be disappointed because I know I should have got there. Now I know I could have got there. And that's what the Knicks players are thinking. They think like, listen, if we do not get to this Eastern Conference Finals, it ain't the end of the world, but they're gonna be disappointed. They're gonna be disappointed. I think Jalen Brunson, knowing what he done been through the last 2 years, I was one series away from going to the finals. The year before this year, I was one series away going for the Eastern Conference Final again. So he got expectations, Shaw Powell. These cats ain't just going to be settled for less. The Knicks gonna feel like we got to get past the second round, and they don't. The world ain't gonna collapse, but they're gonna be disappointed. Because I'll be disappointed because I know they should have got there this year. So yeah, that's why.
This was the perfect year too.
Yeah. You got to set these guys out to set goals, man. That's what they do. They set goals. Their goal is to win a championship. A lot of them goal is to win a championship, and they build that. They work their way to get there. And once they finally get there, they got a shot at it. So I guarantee you, Randall won a ring, and all of them won a ring. And so it still tells me they want to get somewhere. They trying to get somewhere, and I ain't got no problem with the Knicks getting somewhere, man. I've been 51 years in New York, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now. It's been 50-some years, so we want a ring in New York City. It's time to put up. We can rebuild again. It's time to put up. So, let's go get it, man. I'm excited about it. G-Man, what's popping, my brother? Good to see you. Real talk. Good to see you, my man. G-Man 78 up here, Shaw Powell. But that's just my I got the same aspiration that the New York Knicks got. I'm on the same wavelength as Tom Thibodeau. I'm on the same wavelength as Julius Brunson. I'm on the same wavelength as Julius Randle. I'm on the same wavelength as them players. It's time. We want to get this. I want to get this thing. I want to be there because the more they get there, the better. It's better for the fan base. It's better for the whole Knicks nation. Better for Dolan. Better for everybody. Every time we get to another round, ching ching, feeling good. That's what it's about. It's about, man. Giannis won that shit a couple years ago. 50 years before Giannis and Milwaukee won a championship. Now look at that city. 50 years before the Milwaukee didn't win a championship. Almost 50 years until the Giannis just won it the other day. Now look at these cats. You know what I mean? You know, so yeah, I want to see the Knicks make the city proud. I want to see a championship down Broadway. I want to see a championship down Broadway or Fashion Avenue, whatever. I don't care where it's at. I want to see a championship, and I think they know they working towards that goal. The rebuild and stuff, they did the rebuild already. They did that when Scott Perry got here. That started the rebuild. Tear it down and build it back up. Tear it down, build it back up, and they did it. So now they just got a couple of more steps to put a little more pieces to the puzzle, and they're ready to compete. I'm not saying they're going to win one, but you want to be able to compete for one. And I think that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to compete for a championship. Nobody guaranteed to win a championship, but at least you're going to compete for one. And I think the New York Knicks is to compete for a championship mode right now. I really believe that. Ain't nothing else going to stop them. So let's see how it goes, man. I hope they get it, Shot Powell. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, man. I like that word you said, compete. Yep, compete for it. You know what I mean? Because you know, it's a chance that, you know, we got a big chance this year to actually win the Eastern Conference Finals, Eastern Conference, our division, and also go to the third round and possibly make it to the ETF. I mean, so all those things are kind of like hand to hand. You know what I mean? You want to do better than you did last year, and you want to, you know, win your division, and you also want to win the championship. You know, and that you strive to play. You strive to win. You know what I mean? Every game you get out there, you want to win. One of the biggest things I took from one of Julius Randle's off-season interviews is he said he's oh man, I just lost the word. He's a sore loser. I mean, I like that because that means you want to win every game. You know what I mean? When you're starting to lose, you feel like you're a sore loser. So I'm not mad at that. That means that you want to fight hard and you want to win. And this is what the team is going to be about this year, winning. And I think, like I said early in the stream, I think we start off a little faster than we did last year. I think we're going to be on the road to winning a lot of games this year.
Yeah. I mean, we got some wild brothers over here, man. So I definitely always understand where y'all come from with that. Ain't no disagree, whatever. I just feel like this here. Yeah, I know what steps to everything, but even if you win the division, ladies and gentlemen, you're not guaranteed to win a championship.
That's facts. You can win the division and lose the first round of the playoffs.
Right. I agree with y'all. I tell what y'all saying, but that's not the way the NBA works nowadays. You know what I mean? Because you could be a fifth seed and win a ring. I think the division thing, I get where y'all coming from.
Yeah, look what Miami did this year.
Yeah, right. And I think they did win their division down there, but at the same time, that's not guaranteed you a championship. What's guaranteed you a championship is that everything has got to work at the right place at the right time. You know, your players got to be healthy. Certain teams got to do certain things that might happen to give you a chance to get the catapult that, but that's not guaranteed though. I mean, there's been many teams in the NBA who won a division and ain't win a ring. I just think that what you got to do is put yourself to get in the playoffs and at least get in a position where you can get home court advantage. To me, that's more important than anything is getting the home court advantage. You know what I mean? You're right. It does help, but that's not the only reason, I guess what I'm trying to say. It's important to win your division, but that's not the only reason that you get to a championship because you win the division. Because, I mean, you know, like I said, you get in that top four with home court. The thing is the home court advantage. You know what I mean? If you get home court advantage, when you got more games at home, it gives you a good chance of winning because even if you lose one at home, you still can win it. So I just think that your seeding should be important as well. Like the Knicks can get up, like feel like this here. We beat the 5th, 4th seed last year. We were the 5th, and we were the 4th. That could have been an easier one because we wouldn't even have to go do too much of the different scheduling thing for us traveling. So I do think like who was in there last year? Who won our division last year? Boston won it, right?
Yeah.
And then it was what Philly.
Philly,
us and the Nets, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, everything got to happen at the right place at the right time. Everything got to be it all got to come together, man. And so, like I said, you know, it's important. But not that I'm not saying nobody's wrong. I'm just saying that there's more variables to only just doing that one particular thing. There's a lot of other variables that play a part of that. Because like I said, you got teams who won the division didn't even get like shop out. They get knocked out the first round. You know what I mean? You just got to make sure your team is 100% ready when you get in there. You know what I mean? Just get in the dance. Once you get in the dance, then you can dance. You know what I mean? So I think the most important thing to me is health. 9 out of 10, a lot of these championship shot powers, if your team coming in there with momentum and they're healthy, you can avoid a lot of things. Or if you didn't get the division, but your team coming there and they healthy and they rolling, they got a good vibe to them, that could catapult them to the top. Let's see, man. I don't know if the Knicks win the division because you got Boston sitting there, and right now they projected to be the best, but at least in our division, you know what I mean. Then I think it's going to be the same old with Philly, and I think they're going to probably got the Knicks in the next third or fourth or whatever. So but I still think that the Knicks can get to the Eastern Conference Finals regardless of what place they play at. I don't care where the Knicks is at. If they get in the playoff, they can make noise. That's what I believe. And I think they did it last year. They can make noise again this year. I think a couple of things went the wrong way for Shot Powers. That would have been a different tune. It would have been a different tune in this that if Julius Randle didn't hurt his ankle last year and a couple of our young guys didn't have that pressure situation that they can handle at that time. Maybe this year they might have it this year. Now the pressure that they went through last year might be easy this year because Quickly went through it, Grimes went through it. Now this year when they get to the play, it might not be as hard on them because they already went through that pressure already. They have felt it already. So I think we underestimating that if them cats would have popped, we would have been in the Eastern Conference Finals. Literally. We would have been there. So it's to me, what I'm trying to say is that let's see what this team gonna do, man. I already got the team winning 50. I ain't sleeping on the Knicks, man. I think this thing is, or this machine is oiled well. They got a 2-time All NBA player on their team. They got a 2-time All NBA player on their team. They got an up and coming point guard, or not up and coming, but you could say up and coming because Jalen Brunson's still young. Probably one of the top 3-4 point guards in the East from a winning standpoint. You got an up and coming player like R.J. Barrett, growing every day in front of your eyes, who can get you 20 on any given night. Now imagine if his efficiency get better and his free throw shooting get better. You got guys who know the system. You got a shot blocker center who guards the paint for you, who allows teams to change their game plan when they come to play the Knicks because 9 out of 10, y'all not going to be running down the lane like crazy all the time against Mitchell Robinson. All them things that play a part, and with Quentin Grimes, who's a very decent, above average 2-guard on the defense side of the basketball in the NBA. This man guards the top guy on every team almost every night. So you got a team right there that these guys they worthy. The Knicks is worthy of to pray for me. They worthy of to pray for me because they showed and proved it. They answered the bell last year, ladies and gentlemen, 53 wins, 47-3 in the playoffs, 6 in the playoffs. So they answered the bell. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. The Knicks are a good basketball team. I've been saying for the last 2 years they're a good basketball team. And by the luck of this or the luck of that or blah blah blah, they didn't get to go further. But a lot of people could have won the Knicks way they could have won. They've been in that top 4 last year. Free throw shooting, injuries. They could, like shot power. You said all again. We've seen the Knicks lead 8 games on the table. Damn near. Just easy for shooting free throws. You shot 12 for 24. 50% from the charity stripe in 6 or 7 games. So you take all that into the equation with Mitchell Robinson only playing 59 games. Can you imagine if he would have played 72 games? Can you imagine if Quentin Grimes would have started the season not hurt instead of Evan Fournier? Can you imagine if RJ didn't go down with the broken finger or the lacerated finger or whatever? Can you imagine if Julius Randle didn't get hurt? You understand what I'm saying, Shot Power? So if all that didn't go that way, you gotta admit they still won 47 games. With all that shit that went on, they still won 47 games. So, and we lost some crazy games. Luka Doncic with a stupid tap in because we missed it. Because we didn't block out a player at the foul line. DeMar DeRozan with a one because we didn't block out somebody at the foul line. So the matter of them things didn't go that way. So I think we got to give this team credit that they are a good cohesive team. They got a good coach. They got good players. They got a system, and they play it hard. And I just think they're going to be better this year, man. I really believe 50 games, no question in my mind. Like I said 45 last year. I'm good, 47. Knicks winning 50 games. They got a good team, man. They got a good organization. Their organization is good. Their structure is good. They got a system. They play it, whether you like it or not. They do have a system. Tom Thibodeau played it the way he played it, but he's been winning with it. So let's do it. Let's get it popping, man. Let's see how it goes, man. But listen, man, give me a last word, man. Let's get out of here before you can get ready to grind. I can get ready to grind. The chat can get ready to grind, all that good stuff.
Salute to you, Divine. Salute to the chat. That's where it's at. We'll be back soon. Caesar be here before you know it. Training camp and all the stuff. We'll have some more stuff to talk about. Mm-hmm. And let's get it.
Yeah, real talk. Well, hopefully Canada and USA get it popping later.
That'd be nice.
If Canada and the USA can get it popping, that's gonna be a fun weekend, man. For the World Cup, that should be dope. And we'll take it from there, man. But like I said, man, you always gotta take it into equation. We don't know what's gonna happen by the trading deadline, ladies and gentlemen. You just don't know. We got assets, we got everything. The trading deadline can change the whole trajectory of the season. Knicks mess around at the trading deadline, get Fournier out of here with somebody, get him out of here with somebody, and bring in another dog. Then what? Now what? So you gotta look out for these boys, man. I see it coming. I just see it coming. I think the Knicks about to go on this 2, 5, 6, 7, 10-year run where they're going to be competitive for the next 5 to 10 years, because I think that's the way they built it now. No matter what happens, they're going to be competitive for a long time because they not abusing money. They draft them right. They making the right moves with their economics. They not getting fleeced or nothing like that. I think we finally got a culture in New York now that we didn't have for a long time, where on a constant level you're going to see them competitive for the next 5 years. To me, from now on, I think the Knicks will be competitive because I think that's what they're doing it the right way down there. They got an organization now. They got a real front office, not just a bunch of guys who was cool with this guy or knew this guy. No, these cats got everybody in every position: scouts, capologists, GMs, assistant this, executive this. They running the shit like a business and it's paying dividends. I see y'all later on in the week. Shop Power, man. I'll holler at you. So
you're ready.
It's sad. Y'all have a good night. Thank y'all for coming. I know we ranting and raving, but I'm feeling it, man. Let's get it. Go, Nick, you assign that man, bring him here, man. Let him be a 15-man on the bench and help these boys get some knowledge in that dome of theirs, man. Shop Power, my brother. I'll talk to y'all. Talk to the chat, everybody. Peace.
Peace.
Time for Divine Shot, KJ events. This real talks the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Nick shit, dripping in Nick shit. Up in the world, most famous arena with the click. That's the conglomerate. The Knicks real talk, the real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variants, dominant. Paying homage to the cat in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that. You don't care for hyperbole, you straight fact. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, the side. My entourage be on the job, my energy. Feeling tripping in 10 books. As they took my game plan, and my brand for loot and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that's the things we know is pretty, but we all stay giddy. And we embrace the fan base like the late Anthony Mace. We trace the logo when there's hair space that appear like Squarespace. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Knicks City drip. And City Dex is on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew for him a few bars to shine like stars divine on Mount Mars. Knicks real talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks real talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks real talk.
Right here.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks real talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yes, sir.
Knicks real talk.
We here.
Here we go, let's go.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Let's get it.